Ah, yes, Bunnies, the eternal victims of K-pop, despite standing one of the most privileged groups in existence. Alright, let's get one thing straight. If you're a bunny who didn't aid in the downfall of New Jeans and actually just wanted the best for them by calling them out because you care about their careers and well-being, then you, my friend, are the real MVP. Seriously, we see you, and we salute you. This video, however, is not about you. Oh no, this video is for those talkies who've made it their personal mission to not only support New Jeans' downfall, but also encourage them to ruin their own image. And yes, I'm looking at you. Even after the injunction drama and all the nonsense happening in the K-pop community. So, to my lovely Rosieries tuning in, welcome back to the channel. This video wasn't exactly on my to-do list, but here we are. I just can't sit back any longer. I'm done with this fandom, I'm done with all the foolishness that's been going down, and you know what? It's time we finally talk about it. So buckle up, folks. It's about to get real. Ah yes, Bunnies, the eternal victims of K-pop, despite standing one of the most privileged groups in existence. According to them, the entire world is out to get New Jeans. Every critique, unfair slander, every chart ranking that doesn't go their way, a conspiracy. Every news article that doesn't paint them as untouchable legends, media sabotage. But here's the funny part. They have no problem throwing hands at other groups, for example, LE SSERAFIM and ILIT, for absolutely no reason. These groups did nothing to hurt them, yet Bunnies act like it's their personal mission to sabotage their careers. They let it be loud and clear that they hate them and want them to flop. All because… what? A few vague, unproven statements from New Jeans? Because Hani keeps switching up her story to make ILIT look bad without a shred of evidence? Because of speculation that HYBE is trying to push ILIT and LE SSERAFIM over New Jeans? Rumors that were debunked by K-tubers and didn't even hold up in court? Instead of using common sense and actually researching the situation, talkies would rather point fingers, spew nonsense, and run with whatever narrative makes New Jeans look like innocent angels. They'll even drag LE SSERAFIM and ILIT through the mud over the smallest things, while still clutching their pearls whenever New Jeans gets even a fraction of that same energy. It's like watching a fandom version of Gaslight, Gatekeep, Girl Boss. They whine about media manipulation, misogyny, and industry bias when it's against their faves. But when New Jeans is the one getting non-stop promotions, prime brand deals, and literal government backing, suddenly everything was just pure talent and hard work. Well, guess what? That backfired. Hard. Even K-netizens who were once on their side are over it. Turns out, when your entire argument is built on hearsay and bitterness, people eventually catch on. Maybe, just maybe, instead of dedicating their time to tearing down other groups, Bunnies should focus on supporting their own. Because at this point, their victim complex and hypocrisy are doing more damage to New Jeans' reputation than any industry conspiracy ever could. At this point, the victim complex is exhausting. Nobody is stopping New Jeans from being successful. No, every discussion about them isn't a smear campaign. And no, constantly crying unfair treatment while actively tearing down other groups doesn't make you a righteous defender. It just makes you a hypocrite. Bunnies love to act like New Jeans is some struggling, self-made underdog group clawing their way to success, fighting against the big bad HYBE. Meanwhile, reality is over here rolling its eyes because New Jeans has been drowning in privilege since day one. We're talking about prime media play, top-tier CF deals before they even had a full album, and backing from some of the most powerful industry figures. But sure, tell me again how they're just some small group that made it on their own. And let's not even get started on the delusion that Minhyejin is the sole mastermind behind their success. According to Bunnies, she practically built New Jeans from scratch in her backyard with nothing but a sewing kit and a dream. Meanwhile, HYBE was the one funding everything. handing over Source Music's trainees, and even selling Adore to her at a discount, like it was a Black Friday sale. She was made the CEO and was trusted to manage their careers, yet somehow, in the Bunnyverse, Hybe had nothing to do with NewJeans' rise. Oh, and let's not forget that Hybe literally used BTS's platform to promote them. Remember Hanni and Minji showing up in BTS's Permission to Dance music video? The constant push through Hybe's connections? But no, they totally made it organically. Definitely not off the back of an entertainment empire that gave them a dream debut setup. The mental gymnastics are honestly impressive. At this point, Bunnies are so deep in their fantasy world that they might as well start selling tickets. Meanwhile, the rest of us are living in reality, where NewJeans' success is a combination of Hybe's massive investment, well-planned marketing, and yes, talent, but not some rags-to-riches fairy tale that their fans love to spin. The moment you say anything remotely critical about NewJeans, Bunnies activate fight-or-flight mode. Except there's no flight, just a full-scale social media meltdown. These fans will dogpile anyone who dares to suggest that NewJeans isn't perfect, treating even the mildest critique like it's a personal attack on their entire existence. It's honestly exhausting. The way they bully journalists, harass other fandoms, and flood every comment section with defensive essays is like watching an Olympic sport, only instead of medals, they win absolutely nothing. And here's what Bunnies desperately need to understand. People are speaking against NewJeans not because they hate them, but because they actually care about their careers. The whole "let's destroy our own future for Minheejin" act? Yeah, that's not the flex they think it is. Encouraging NewJeans to self-sabotage their careers for the sake of a former CEO who is using them like chess pieces is not what a real fandom does. Meanwhile, every major industry body, the KMCA, Kpop, was out here basically waving giant red flags, saying, hey, maybe don't breach your contract and ruin your entire career. But did Bunnies listen? Nope. They were too busy foaming at the mouth over imaginary conspiracies. Like, at what point do you sit down and realize, maybe blindly following a CEO who's being investigated isn't the move? Instead of actually protecting NewJeans from getting caught in career-ruining drama, Bunnies were out here handing Minheejin the match, while NewJeans stood next to a pile of gasoline. A real fandom would have stepped in and said, hey, maybe don't throw your career in the trash for a woman who's using you to fight her personal war. But no, instead they enabled the messiest PR disaster of the year. At this rate, Bunnies are acting more like Minheejin's personal army than actual NewJeans fans. Maybe instead of attacking every person who did their research and speaks their mind on the drama, they should take a step back and ask themselves, are we actually supporting NewJeans, or are we just helping destroy everything they worked for? Because the way it's looking, this is less of a fandom and more of a self-sabotage fan club. Which brings me to my next point. Oh boy, even in 2025, Bunnies are still out here treating Minheejin like she's the Da Vinci of K-pop, refusing to acknowledge that maybe, just maybe, she's not some untouchable genius, but rather a former CEO knee-deep in industry drama. It doesn't matter how many lawsuits are stacked against her, how many industry bodies have called her out, or how many self-inflicted PR disasters she's caused. Bunnies will die on the hill that Minheejin is the sole reason for NewJeans' success. Like, be serious. They defend everything she does like she's the sixth member of the group, as if she's been out there performing bubblegum and Supernatural alongside them. No critical thinking, no questioning, just blind loyalty, like they signed a lifelong cult contract. Meanwhile, reality is over here screaming, Hybe literally bankrolled this group, but do they listen? Nope. Instead, they cook up wild conspiracy theories about Hybe sabotaging NewJeans, conveniently ignoring the fact that the group was still getting premium promotions, top-tier CF deals, and some of the best stage opportunities in the industry despite all the drama. Yes, Bunnies, tell me again how NewJeans is being oppressed while their faces are literally everywhere. Oh, of course, even when they had the audacity to unilaterally terminate their contract and go all independent on us, they were still getting opportunities left and right. Like, who wouldn't want to work with a group that's just so rebellious and nonchalantly disregards contracts? Fast forward to now, after they lost that injunction to stop them from doing whatever they please and uphold their exclusive contracts. And guess what? Adore's still there, like the loyal parent that they are, supporting NewJeans' every move, like their performance at ComplexCon, because why not? But, of course, NewJeans just keep proving they're still problematic and difficult. I mean, if this was SM, NewJeans would have been vanished a long time ago. It's almost impressive how they're just getting away with it. At this point, it's not even about NewJeans anymore. It's about how their fandom has become one of the most unbearable, hypocritical, and overly defensive groups in K-pop history. Like, they've somehow convinced themselves that the world is out to get NewJeans, when in reality, the only thing hurting their careers is this fandom's inability to chill. Maybe if they put half as much energy into supporting the group as they do into writing unhinged essays about corporate sabotage, things wouldn't be looking so messy. But no, let's continue defending Min Hee-jin like she's the patron saint of K-pop, and when it inevitably blows up in their faces, they'll act shocked. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the BS sacred bunny philosophy. Freedom of speech is for me, but not for thee. It's honestly impressive how Bunnies have managed to single-handedly turn NewJeans-related discourse into a dystopian nightmare where the second you say something remotely critical, you're treated like you just committed a crime against humanity. YouTubers, K-pop commentators, and even casual fans can't express a single valid criticism without being mass-reported, harassed, and buried under a flood of unhinged comments. Like, why are y'all acting like the secret police of K-pop? The moment someone dares to say, hey, maybe Min Hee-jin isn't the misunderstood underdog you think she is, or maybe blindly following a CEO into career sabotage isn't the best move, Bunnies descend like a digital cult, spamming dislikes, sending hate DMs, and demanding takedowns like their lives depend on it. Meanwhile, despite the fallout, NewJeans are still getting invited to do interviews to cry crocodile tears for the millionth time, and before the injunction they were getting brand deals. But yeah, tell me again how they're, quote, hated by the industry. And let's talk about the irony here. Bunnies claim they're protecting NewJeans, but in reality, they've done nothing but encourage self-destructive behavior. Instead of actually looking out for the group's future, they're out here egging them on to keep getting involved in drama that had nothing to do with them in the first place. It's like watching someone hand their friend a matchstick and saying, go ahead, set your career on fire. We support you. And the worst part? Some of the people speaking out are NewJeans fans who genuinely care. But the second they question anything, they're labeled as hype stans, haters, or toxic. Oh, and let's not forget the most cringeworthy thing of all, the NewJeans never dies hashtag. Like, bestie, what exactly are you trying to prove? Because right now, the only people supporting NewJeans' downfall are Bunnies themselves. Instead of channeling all this misplaced energy into attacking Min Hee-jin, the actual perpetrator, y'all decided to spend your time harassing people online for having common sense. Make it make sense. Brah, nothing screams, I'm a fan, like diving headfirst into legal battles that have absolutely nothing to do with you. This whole behavior makes me want to vomit. Bunnies have taken the concept of supporting your faves and elevated it to legendary levels by acting like they're not only the biggest fans of NewJeans, but also their personal legal team, PR department, CEO, and industry insiders all rolled into one. Forget about just streaming, buying albums, or attending concerts. Bunnies are out here organizing mass petitions, crowdfunding legal fees, and even staging online protests against HYBE like they've got their law degrees from Twitter University. Can we talk about how dramatic this whole thing is? Like, Bunnies are actively pressuring HYBE and other stakeholders about NewJeans' legal issues, demanding changes in management, and essentially treating the group's corporate decisions like they're the final season of a reality show. Is this what fans are supposed to do now? Instead of just sitting back and enjoying the music, we've got Bunnies throwing out legal demands like it's a Tuesday afternoon. And let's be real, their intentions are probably framed as protecting NewJeans and their image. But honey, It's starting to look a lot more like over-involved helicopter parenting from the sidelines of the K-pop industry. But hey, you know what they say? When in doubt, start a petition. Instead of supporting the group by promoting their music, Bunnies are now out here trying to sign petitions and raise money for legal causes that could probably be sorted out with a phone call to the right person. It's almost like they think NewJeans' career is a reality TV drama and they're in charge of the plot twist. It's one thing to be passionate about your faves, but at this point, Bunnies have blurred the lines between being a fan and being way too involved. This over-involvement may come from a place of loyalty, but the truth is, it's just making everything 1,000 times messier. Instead of just letting NewJeans shine in the music industry, now we've got to deal with this wave of entitlement where fans feel like they have a say in everything from management to business decisions. Thanks, Bunnies. Way to complicate the public's perception of NewJeans' professional environment by turning their every move into a legal spectacle. Honestly, NewJeans deserved a way better fandom. I mean, how do you snag the title of worst fandom in K-pop history in just 2 years? It's an impressive level of incompetence, honestly. And let's be real, they're not just sitting back. No, they're actively contributing to NewJeans' downfall. Their chaos on YouTube and other platforms? Chef's kiss. It's a masterpiece of unnecessary drama. So yeah, RIP NewJeans, the group that could have been, but thanks to some people, never really was. What a shame. But hey, thanks so much for watching, Rogieries. If you somehow enjoyed this wild ride, go ahead and like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any more of this glorious content. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.